Chosen one, there comes a time. Chosen one, when God's command is not to move faster, not to push harder, not to break through by sheer force, but to step back, slow down, and rest. This is not a suggestion, it's a divine order. Rest is not laziness. Rest is not weakness. Rest is the sacred pause that allows heaven to prepare the next stage of your journey. You've been carrying much, mentally, spiritually, physically, and though you've been faithful, God is saying, "Now, I will carry you." The call to rest is a call to trust Him more than your own strength, to let go of constant striving, and to allow your spirit to breathe again. Before we go deeper into this message, stay with me until the very end of this video, and let this word fill your spirit. If you believe your season of peace, clarity, and supernatural refreshment is here, type your warmest wishes and 144 in the comments. Let your words send a vibration into the universe, a signal of faith that aligns you with heaven's energy for restoration and breakthrough. Now, Chosen One, show your light by liking this video and subscribe to the channel, and let's step into this together. When God calls you to rest, He is not simply giving you a break. He is resetting your mind for revelation. There are things He cannot show you in the middle of chaos. There are downloads from heaven that can only come when you are still enough to hear them. Think about it. So much of your life has been spent moving, battling, and pushing through storms. But there is a deep, holy power in stillness. In stillness, the noise of fear dies down. In stillness, you can hear God's whisper. And in stillness, strength returns. Not just human strength, but divine strength. Rest is strategic. It's not wasted time. It's a divine investment in your ability to last in the calling you've been given. The enemy wants you exhausted because exhaustion clouds your judgment, weakens your spirit, and makes you doubt your purpose. But God is stepping in to say, "Not now. This battle is mine, and this season is for your renewal." You must obey, Chosen One, because disobedience in this area can rob you of clarity for the next assignment. This rest is not only about sleeping or relaxing, it is about positioning your soul in a state of trust. It's a posture of surrender, where you lay down the anxiety of what's next and instead say, "God, I am in your hands." When you obey this call to rest, you'll begin to notice shifts. Suddenly, opportunities that once required you to chase will start coming to you. People who once ignored your presence will begin seeking your wisdom. The ground beneath you will stabilize, and your steps will feel lighter. Understand this: God is not telling you to rest because nothing is happening. He's telling you to rest because everything is happening, but in a realm you cannot yet see. The pieces are being moved, the connections are being aligned, the blessings are being prepared. You, Chosen One, are being asked to step back so God can step forward fully on your behalf. When God calls you to rest, He is also calling you to protect your energy from the noise and demands of the world. You might feel a sudden pull away from constant conversations, social gatherings, or endless responsibilities that once filled your schedule. This is not rejection of people, it's redirection from God. He's drawing you into a quiet place where distractions lose their grip and clarity takes their place. In this quiet, you will feel your soul begin to heal from unseen wounds. Your mind will release the weight of overthinking, and your heart will beat in rhythm with heaven again. The enemy will try to make you feel guilty for stepping back. People might question why you've gone silent or why you're less available. But you must remember, Availability to everyone can mean unavailability to God. This is a sacred shift, a moment where you stop pouring into empty wells and allow God to fill you instead. Rest, in its purest form, is an act of spiritual warfare. It says to the enemy, "You cannot burn me out. I will not live on fumes. I will operate from overflow." There will be moments in this rest season where your mind wants to run ahead, to do more, to fix what you think is broken. But obedience to the rest command means resisting the urge to control outcomes. You are not losing ground. You are gaining strength. Think of it as God pulling you into a higher perspective, like climbing a mountain. At first, you feel like you're moving away from the battlefield, but when you reach the top, you can see the entire landscape, the moves of the enemy, and the hidden blessings coming toward you. Chosen one, the danger of ignoring God's rest call is that you might step into the next season prematurely, carrying fatigue instead of fire. God is setting you up to move in power, not in burnout. When you obey, you will find that opportunities which once felt overwhelming now feel manageable. You will carry wisdom into rooms that require calm confidence. You will walk in with the fragrance of peace that cannot be manufactured, only cultivated in stillness with God. And here's the truth: this rest will feel different. It's not just a few hours of sleep or a weekend off. It is a deep, spiritual Sabbath that refreshes your very identity. Old pressures will lose their importance. The approval of people will no longer drive you. The fears that once kept you running will dissolve in the light of God's presence. You will feel lighter, stronger, and more certain of your path. This rest season is not passive. It is preparation disguised as stillness. In the natural, it might look like you've slowed down, but in the spirit, God is building the infrastructure for what's next. He is rewiring your thoughts, removing residue from past battles, and expanding your spiritual capacity so that when the next assignment comes, you will not crumble under the weight of it. You are being trained to carry more without being crushed by it. Rest is also a refining process. In silence, you begin to hear the subtle whispers of God more clearly. You'll notice how your discernment sharpens, how situations you once misjudged now become transparent to you. He will show you hidden motives in people, potential pitfalls in opportunities, and divine timings you could have missed if you were moving too fast. This is the kind of insight that comes only when your spirit is uncluttered. There will also be a purging in this season. God will use rest to strip away unhealthy attachments, places, people, or patterns that drain your spirit. It may feel uncomfortable at first, as if you're losing pieces of your old life, but in truth, you're gaining alignment. Every exit makes space for a divine entry. This is why you cannot resist the pruning. The same God who removes is the one who restores. And as the days in rest unfold, you will notice your confidence returning. Not the loud, performative kind, but the quiet assurance that comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. You'll stop chasing validation because you've already heard God's approval in the secret place. You'll stop fearing delays because you've come to understand that nothing truly meant for you will pass you by. When you emerge from this rest, you will not be the same. People will see the change, but may not be able to put their finger on it. They'll sense your strength, your clarity, and your peace. That is the fruit of obedience to God's call to rest, an internal transformation that produces external authority. Rest also recalibrates your priorities in a way nothing else can. In the silence, you begin to recognize which pursuits were driven by divine instruction and which were fueled by ego or fear. Some goals may lose their urgency because you realize they were never truly aligned with your calling. Others may grow stronger in your heart, not because you're chasing them, but because you finally see them through God's lens. This clarity is a gift only given to those who slow down long enough to receive it. During this time, you may also feel like the outer world is moving faster than you. Opportunities may seem to pass, people may progress, and your mind might question whether you're being left behind. But understand this: rest is not stagnation, it's positioning. While others may run ahead, you are being positioned for a divine intersection where God's timing and your preparation meet perfectly. This is why rest requires faith. It takes courage to pause when everything around you says, "Hurry." It demands trust to believe that stillness will accomplish more than constant activity. Yet, in God's economy, obedience is the greatest accelerator. What you gain in His rest will allow you to accomplish in one day what human effort alone couldn't do in years. And there's another layer. Rest is a reset for your spirit's pace. You can't live at divine speed while operating at human strain. God is slowing your steps now so that when He says go, you will move in sync with Him, swift, efficient, and unstoppable. When you emerge, you won't just be rested, you'll be realigned. Your steps will no longer be driven by reaction, but by revelation. And that is the greatest shift, living not from pressure, but from presence. Rest also prepares you to discern the next divine instruction without confusion. When you are still, the noise that usually clouds your perception begins to fade, and what remains is the unshakable voice of guidance. This is where decisions stop being rushed, reactions, and start becoming precise, intentional steps that carry supernatural weight. In this state, you no longer need to force open doors. They begin to unlock as you approach, because your energy is now aligned with the flow of divine timing. As you obey the call to rest, you will notice a shift in how you view your battles. What once felt urgent will now seem small in the grand scheme of your calling. You will understand that not every fight is meant to be fought, and not every noise deserves a response. Silence will become your power move, not because you are avoiding confrontation, but because you are mastering the art of protecting your peace. In this stillness, your spirit will gain a sharper vision. You will start to see the patterns, the way certain situations repeat until you learn the lesson, the way certain blessings wait until you release what no longer serves you. Rest is where those revelations come together, and suddenly, the tangled threads of your life start to form a clear, purposeful design. And here's the mystery. While you are hidden, resting, and appearing inactive to the outside world, the most strategic shifts are taking place. God is moving pieces you cannot see, arranging outcomes you cannot plan, and setting up encounters you could never orchestrate on your own. This is why rushing would only sabotage the perfection of His timing. When you rise from this season of rest, you won't just be restored. You'll be positioned in such a way that your next move will not only be undeniable, but unstoppable. The energy you carry will speak before you do, and those meant to align with your mission will find you without you chasing them. This is the season where movement without direction is replaced by movement with precision. Every step you take after this rest will be loaded with intention, and intention backed by divine timing cannot fail. You will no longer feel the frantic need to catch up to life, because you'll realize you were never behind. The pause was not punishment, it was positioning. During this time, doors that once seemed locked will not only open, They will swing wide without you even knocking, because you will be arriving exactly when the moment is ready for you. People will speak your name in rooms you've never entered. Opportunities will start seeking you out, and connections that seemed impossible will align naturally. Rest has also been the unseen furnace where your capacity was being forged. You are not emerging with the same limits you once had. You are stepping out, expanded, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. This means when the blessing comes, you'll have the strength and structure to sustain it without crumbling under its weight. And here's the beauty. Your stillness will have taught you a rare skill, the ability to sense when to move and when to wait. This discernment will protect you from wasted energy and wrong turns in the future. You will feel a deep knowing in your spirit that when it's time to act, you will recognize it instantly, without hesitation or doubt. You will carry the quiet confidence of one who has been in the presence of divine strategy, and that kind of presence shifts rooms, changes conversations, and influences decisions before you even speak. This is why obedience to rest is not weakness. It's the hidden strength that will make your next chapter unstoppable. As you lean into this calling to rest, something else begins to shift, not just within you, but in the atmosphere around you. The people and situations that once demanded your constant presence will start to adjust to your absence. You'll notice that what felt urgent before now reveals itself as non-essential, and what truly matters becomes impossible to ignore. Your silence and stillness will start to speak louder than your constant motions ever did. In this space, you are not only recharging, you are reclaiming authority over your time, your energy, and your focus. Rest becomes a declaration that you are no longer living in reaction mode. You are living in intentional preparation. During this period, your spiritual senses heighten. You begin to catch divine whispers in moments you would have previously overlooked. Insights, ideas, and even warnings come to you effortlessly because your mind and spirit are finally still enough to receive without distortion. This is where the supernatural acceleration begins to brew. While the world might see inactivity, heaven sees strategic positioning. Every hour you spend in obedience to rest is an hour the next phase of your life is being set into perfect alignment. Connections forming, doors unlocking, pathways clearing. You are being positioned not just to receive but to sustain what's coming. And when you re-emerge, you won't just get back to it. You'll return with a clarity and precision that leaves no room for wasted effort. Every action will carry weight. Every move will be calculated, and every step will be perfectly timed to intersect with the breakthrough that's already in motion. There will come a moment in this rest where you realize you're no longer restless. The anxiety to keep moving, to keep producing, to keep proving yourself will dissolve. In its place, there will be a quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to announce itself, yet everyone around you will feel it. In this stillness, your discernment sharpens. You begin to see the difference between opportunities sent to bless you and distractions sent to drain you. You'll no longer be pulled in 10 directions at once because the clarity of your spirit will act as a filter. Anything not aligned with your next season will simply slide away without a fight. This rest is also where God refines your endurance. It's where He strengthens your inner foundation so that when the weight of your next blessing arrives, it won't crush you. The pace you're about to move at will be unlike anything you've experienced, and this pause is what will ensure you can carry it without collapse. You'll start to notice subtle confirmations, conversations that echo your quiet prayers, signs that match the visions you've held inside, unexpected provision showing up before you even speak of the need. These are not coincidences. They are previews of what's already unfolding behind the scenes. And when the call to move finally comes, you won't hesitate. You'll know the difference between acting out of impulse and acting out of divine instruction. You'll step forward without fear, because this season of rest will have removed the noise, the doubt, and the distractions that once clouded your vision. As you continue in this sacred pause, you'll find that the world around you seems to speed up, yet you remain unshaken. People will scramble, rush, and burn themselves out chasing opportunities, while you move at the pace of purpose, not panic. This contrast will become one of your greatest strengths, because the ones who are grounded in God's timing cannot be manipulated by man's urgency. The beauty of this rest is that it's not just recovery, it's realignment. It's God pulling you back into perfect position, making sure every step you take next is both strategic and spirit-led. You'll find yourself letting go of things you once fought to keep, because you finally see they were never meant to go where you're going. During this time, conversations may feel fewer, but deeper. Encounters may seem random, but hold divine significance. Even delays will reveal themselves as hidden blessings, and every single experience will begin to weave into a bigger picture that only now starts to make sense. Your spirit will grow sensitive to the shifts in the unseen. You'll feel when a door is about to open before it even moves. You'll know when to speak and when to remain silent. And most importantly, you'll trust that what God is orchestrating for you cannot be rushed, intercepted, or stolen. This season is not about staying still out of fear. It's about resting with the confidence of one who knows the next move is already secured. And when that appointed moment arrives, you'll rise from your rest not drained, but fully charged, ready to step into what has been waiting for you all along. When the time of rest nears its completion, something within you will start to shift. It won't be loud or dramatic at first, just a quiet but undeniable knowing that the next phase is about to unfold. Your body will feel lighter, your mind clearer, and your spirit more attuned to God's signals than ever before. It will be as if the air around you begins to change, carrying whispers of movement, opportunity, and divine alignment. In this moment, you must remain both watchful and willing. Watchful so you can discern the doors that are meant for you from the distractions that only waste your energy. Willing so you can move when God says move, even if the path isn't fully visible. That's the beauty of having rested in Him. You will no longer need the entire map before taking the first step, because your faith will be your compass. Those around you might question why you're moving differently, why you're no longer rushing, or why you're no longer chasing. But you'll know that your stride has changed because you've been walking in rhythm with heaven itself. This is the season where each step carries precision, each word carries weight, and each decision is made with unshakable clarity. And as you begin to move again, you'll notice something extraordinary. The very things you were waiting for will seem to meet you halfway. Opportunities will call your name. Resources will find their way into your hands. People who are aligned with your next chapter will appear without force or manipulation. It will all unfold naturally because you honored the season of rest and prepared yourself to walk in divine timing. As you re-enter movement, it will feel as if the world has been waiting for you. Paths that were once blocked will open without resistance. Delays that used to frustrate you will dissolve as if they were never there. This is not by coincidence. It's the reward for trusting the timing and surrendering control when your instinct told you to push forward. The rest you took wasn't just about preserving your energy. It was about allowing God to orchestrate the unseen. While you were still, divine hands were rearranging people, places, and circumstances to align perfectly with your purpose. The things you thought were lost were actually being refined, and the opportunities you thought you missed were being multiplied in silence. You will notice that even your perspective has shifted. What once felt urgent now feels small compared to the bigger vision you carry. You will no longer chase approval or validation because you've already been affirmed in the quiet place. You'll walk with a calm authority, not needing to prove yourself, because the evidence of God's preparation will be all around you. And when the moment comes to step fully into what He has prepared, you won't just enter it, you'll own it. This is the difference between moving too soon and moving on time. On time, you arrive with readiness, power, and a presence that cannot be ignored. The doors won't just open for you. They will remain open because you will have been shaped for what's on the other side. When you step into this next chapter, you will realize that the rest season didn't delay you. It accelerated you in ways only hindsight can reveal. The strength you carry now is not frantic or forced. It's rooted, grounded, and unshakable. You've learned the rhythm of divine timing, and because of that, you'll never again be tempted to run ahead or drag behind. You'll find that people sense something different about you. They may not be able to put it into words, but they'll feel the weight of the stillness you carry, the authority of someone who has been in the quiet presence of God and emerged with clarity. You will notice more respect, more open doors, and more aligned opportunities, not because you chased them, but because you were prepared to receive them. Even your relationships will shift. Those who couldn't sit with you in silence will fade, and those who honor your pace will stay. You'll no longer be drawn into unnecessary battles, because rest has taught you the value of conserving energy for what truly matters. You've discovered that the most powerful movements often begin in stillness, and the greatest victories are won before a single step is taken. And now, chosen one, you will walk not as someone hoping for the right moment, but as someone who knows how to live in it. Every day, every choice, every breath in sync with the one who called you to rest in the first place. This is where the shift becomes undeniable, where everything you have been prepared for begins to converge. The rest you've taken was never about inactivity. It was a sacred recalibration. And now, you will notice divine patterns aligning so precisely that it will feel like the universe itself has been waiting for you to be ready. The pace of your life will change, not in chaotic bursts, but in steady, powerful waves that carry you exactly where you need to be. You will walk into rooms where you once felt overlooked, and this time, the atmosphere will tilt in your favor. The same opportunities that once passed you by will now pause for you, and the same doors that seemed sealed shut will swing open without you even knocking. This is the reward of divine obedience. You didn't have to force it, yet you will possess it. Your discernment will sharpen. You'll know exactly when to speak, and when to remain silent, when to move forward, and when to stand still. You'll sense the difference between distractions disguised as opportunities and true divine assignments that carry destiny in their wake. Every decision will feel lighter, clearer, and more assured because you have learned to operate from a place of spiritual rest, not human striving. And as you step deeper into this season, chosen one, you'll realize that rest was never the absence of movement. It was the perfect positioning for the greatest acceleration of your life. And now, the stillness you embraced will begin to show its fruits. People will look at you and wonder how you move with such calm authority, how you achieve so much without appearing rushed. and how every step you take seems to be divinely timed. They won't realize that this is the power of rest done right. Rest that was not about retreating from life, but about anchoring yourself to the source of all strength. Your words will carry more weight because they are no longer scattered by exhaustion or anxiety. When you speak, it will not be from a place of reaction, but from a place of revelation. And those who hear you will feel the truth in your tone before they even process the meaning of your words. Opportunities will seem to find you without you chasing them, but you will know they are the direct result of your obedience in the quiet season. Your connections will be more intentional, your alliances more aligned, and your work more impactful. You will operate with a balance of wisdom and power that cannot be manufactured. It can only be birthed through surrender. And chosen one, as you walk forward, you'll see that rest was never the pause in your journey. It was the hidden acceleration that prepared you to step into rooms, roles, and realms you could have never handled without first learning to breathe in divine rhythm. From this point onward, you will notice that you no longer operate from urgency, but from certainty. The weight of constant striving will be replaced with a steady confidence that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you are meant to do. This is the beauty of divine rest. It aligns your inner pace with the rhythm of heaven, ensuring that nothing is rushed, yet nothing is delayed. Your spirit will become so attuned to divine timing that you will feel when to move and when to stay still without second-guessing yourself. This intuitive flow will not just guide your personal steps, but will influence the people around you. They will sense the peace you carry and unconsciously begin to match it, creating an atmosphere where anxiety struggles to survive. Every opportunity you step into now will be met with the energy, clarity, and authority that rest has cultivated in you. You will speak less, but impact more. You will move slower, but accomplish greater. You will carry yourself with the grace of someone who knows that they are not behind schedule, because they walk with the one who holds the schedule. And chosen one, when others see the fruit of this season, they will call it luck, timing, or coincidence. But you will know it was obedience. Obedience to the call to rest when everything in you wanted to keep pushing. That choice will prove to be the very foundation of the miracles to come. You will soon look back and realize that the very season you once thought was a pause was actually the turning point. Rest did not slow your destiny. It sharpened it. The moments you spent away from the noise allowed you to see the hidden doors that constant motion would have kept you from noticing. And when you walked through those doors, it wasn't with exhaustion or uncertainty, but with authority and clarity. Every step you take now will carry the weight of someone who has been refined, not just by trials, but by the discipline of trusting the timing of God. Your rest has become your strategy. Your silence has become your weapon. Your stillness has become your proof that you are not led by pressure, but by purpose. And chosen one, as this chapter unfolds, you will understand why the call to rest was not a suggestion, but a divine instruction. Because what is coming next will require the fullness of your strength, the sharpness of your vision, and the purity of your focus, all of which have been restored in the quiet. You are now positioned, prepared, and unstoppable.